Hi, today I'm going to be talking about Chapter 6, Leadership and Influence, in the leadership book. Dr. Doyle, I wanted to apologize to you for failing to do this assignment. For some reason, my head has been all over the place. I was sick last week. I'm still recovering from being sick. I have dance this weekend. So I'm really sorry for not turning this in on time. I don't know why I forgot. I love doing these videos and I love getting your feedback on them. So I hope I do a good job on it today. So today we're going to discuss about leadership and influence and how really the main success to influence is credibility. So credibility is what all managers really try to achieve when they're leading other groups of people. They understand that when they're more credible, they're more able to influence their followers, people that are behind them, people that listen to their opinions. Credibility really they owe to that. And even followers said that what they admired most in their leaders were honesty, inspirational, and competent. So those are really important elements to credibility. And so we say how credibility has always been central to the study of the communication and leadership. The ancient Greeks studied the public speaking techniques of leaders and used the term ethos, or what we now call credibility. And so we also know about logos, which is logic, emotion, which is pathos, and most importantly, personal characteristics, which is what ethos, which we just spoke about, that the Greeks created. So then we talk about the dimensions and challenges of credibility. We talk about how competence, trustworthiness, and dynamism are the important three elements of the dimensions of credibility. Competence can be defined as knowledge of the topic at hand, intelligence, expertise, skill, or good judgment. Trustworthiness, which is results to your character, is another name for honesty and consistency. This dimension of credibility is critical to effective leadership, and since the leader-follower relationship is built on trust, so this is a really important dimension. The last dimension is dynamism, which refers to the perceptions of a source's confidence, activity, and assertiveness. Dynamic leaders communicate confidence in their visions for the future. They inspire others to work harder and to make greater sacrifices. So then we go into building credibility. You want to discover how others assess your competence, trustworthiness, and dynamism. Can't say that word. And so that's analyzing that for yourself is an excellent way to start realizing how to build your credibility and how to keep it going and keep it at a high level. So we say rate yourself on the credibility scales with application exercise 1 at the end of this chapter. Then ask someone else to rate you and compare the responses. So we really dive into how the main tools that the book recommends to increase your perceived similarity with observers and linking you to groups that have a reputation for competence and integrity. So the first one is self-presentation behaviors. You use statements that reveal that you are human with similar emotions, limitations, and experiences as your audience. Distance yourself from untrustworthy groups by pointing out how dissimilar you are to them. Language. Avoid technical, jargon-laced language that will distance you from your audience. It may give you the impression that you're hiding behind the terminology because you don't really understand the topic. Physical appearance and other nonverbal behaviors. Dress appropriately for your profession. Dressing appropriately is really important because if you dress poorly, then people are going to understand that you're not serious about this job and your credibility will go down the drain. Discover yourself. Know yourself in order to lay the foundation for consistent behavior. If you identify the tools that make you successful, then you're able to analyze the tools that make other people successful, and understanding how you can improve on those tools is really important. Appreciate constituents. Credible leaders have a deep understanding of the values, needs, and desires of constituents. Affirm shared values. Kozos and Posner referred to shared values as the internal compass that enables people to act independently and interdependently. Develop capacity. Like leaders, followers need to develop skills and self-confidence to put their beliefs into action. You can help constituents increase their capacity by providing educational opportunities, giving followers the latitude and authority to make significant decisions, and helping followers believe in their own abilities. Giving followers the opportunity to make mistakes, fostering confidence, sharing information and feedback, and ensuring that everyone accepts responsibility for his or her own responses. Serve a purpose. Serving a purpose refers to creating a sense of direction for the group. You got to go first, stay in touch, make meeting on a daily basis, storytelling, and regaining lost credibility when you do lose it. Sustain hope. Leaders play a critical role in boosting the spirits of followers in a world marked by stress and failure. And that's really the last tip for that. But then we also talk about compliance gaining strategies or the verbal tactics that leaders and others use to get their way in face-to-face encounters. You got to manage your influence tactics, which is organizational compliance seekers face a number of constraints not present in the interpersonal context. Upward dissent, which is expressing disagreement or dissent upward to management and supervisors. is particularly a challenging form of compliance gaining. And then we go through the upward descent scale. And then we also talk about developing argumentative competence. When two or more people take different sides on a controversial issue like immigration policy or how to fund local schools, they generally try to establish the superiority of their positions through argument. Then we have the argumentativeness scale. You want to see the controversy in propositional form. They discuss presenting and defending your position, attacking other positions, and then we finish off as the leader as negotiator, and how negotiation is really important to being a leader and to being able to compromise, and the rules of negotiation, how the different types of negotiation, like good cop, bad faith negotiation, lack of authority, many for one, inaccurate data, information overload. And that's really a brief overview of Chapter 6, and I hope you enjoy it. Thanks.